Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Nikita Nanwani, your radiology educator at PrepLadder. And today in this video, we are going to talk about the thing that majority of the medical students struggle with, and that is making smart notes. Let's dive into the top 5 tips on how to make the smart notes. Tip 1, don't write everything. Most students make this mistake of just copying the entire textbook into the notes. That is what is not notes, right? So what you should be doing is, suppose you are reading one page of your ready-made notes or a textbook, you should make it as concise as possible. If your topic in a textbook is covering 2 pages, 3 pages, your target in making notes should be to cover it in just 1 page in your notes. So how do you do that is, you make the use of flowcharts, mind maps, tables. What is mind map? Mind map is where you write down the main topic in the center. For example, let's say lymphoma. Then you make branches out of it for the subtopics, like there is classification, then the Hodgkin's, the non-Hodgkin's. Then in Hodgkin's, you have the subtopics. So when you make notes like this, 1 page, 1 topic, 1 page notes, it becomes very, very concise. So focus on high yield points, mnemonics, diagrams, flowcharts, and tables. Your notes should be short, sharp, and they should be revisable. They should not be another textbook. So that was tip number 1. Tip number 2 that you have is organize the notes subject-wise and topic-wise. So what do we do here is make sure that you have a separate notebook for all the subjects. This is especially true for students who are preparing for PG entrance. For the prof students, of course, how many ever subjects you have in your prof year, that is how you would be segregating your notes. And most important, what you should be doing is, when you're making your own notes, you should be having the index for your notes as well. Write down page number for your notebook and write down on every page what topic has been covered. The advantage with this is that it is not difficult to find a topic that you want to revise. Let's say just entering before the exam hall, suddenly you remember that I want to revise this topic. You don't have time to search for where the topic is. If you have your index for the notes that you have made, in that case, what will happen is finding that topic will become very, very easy. So remember that when you are making notes, imagine like you are actually authoring a textbook. For the PG prep students, you should also have separate GT mistake book. Even in that, it should be subdivided subject-wise, right? So when I ask that where is hemolytic anemia topic in your pathology notes, you should be within seconds, you should be able to find that out. That is how you should be doing. In pharmacology, in microbiology, make comparative tables for notes. So for example, in pharmacology, a particular topic, let's say that you are doing antidepressants, write down the name of the drug, then you write down in what group it falls, mechanism of action, pharmacokinetics, then you have adverse effects. And then once you make notes for a topic, make sure that you revise them immediately, because that is what gives you a better memory and better retention, right? So that was tip number 2. Tip number 3, use visual learning. Remember, our brains remember pictures much better. The more senses you use while you are trying to remember something, you are trying to make notes, the better it is. So what do you mean by visual learning? For example, let's say that you are studying anatomy. Make your own schematic diagrams, right? Diagrams maybe that only you can understand, nobody else, but you are understanding the relations. What is anterior, what is posterior, right? So the more visual memory you will have, the better it is. Anatomy, revising that, having a visual memory of that one image is much easier and better than having the entire page to be revised. Convert the long paragraphs into flowcharts, mind maps, use color coding, use highlighters of different colors. So like I always say, for example, for highlighting PYQs, P for PYQs, P for pink. That pink color tells me that this is a PYQ. You can use one highlighter for keywords, right? So you can keep the highlighters fixed for, let's say, when you are using the ready notes. The main topics you are highlighting with one color, the subtopics in that main topic you are highlighting with one color. So that helps you to understand that this is the main topic and these are the subtopics that I have, which I have to write down when I answer the theory question. So remember that when you revise, your brain recalls the visual layout instantly, right? You do have the visual memory of the notes. You remember that in the right upper corner, this was written, in the left upper corner, this was written. So make use of the visual memory as much as possible. Coming to tip number 4, integrate MCQs and PYQs in your notes. Trust me, this is a game changer. This is also a way that along with your prof years, you can keep studying for the PG entrance prep as well. And that definitely gives you an extra edge when you come to the final year internship when you're preparing for PG prep. So what do you do is, after you have made notes for a particular topic, then you look into the MCQs, right? All of you are using the QBank, PrepLadder QBank, which is there, which gives you all the questions topic-wise. So you've read a particular topic, go to the QBank of that topic, solve the questions, see that, what you remembered, what you did not remember, whatever you did not remember, highlight in the notes. Whatever is the PYQ, highlight it with the pink color, like I said. You can also write down whether it is NEET PG question, INICT question, FMG question, right? If something is missing in your primary notes, add on the points from the explanation of the MCQs. So all this basically helps you to integrate your prof preparation and the PG preparation as well. The PG previous questions, MCQs, you can highlight with a different highlighter, so that during your PG prep, when you're revising these notes, you know that these are the PYQs that have been asked. Coming to the last tip, tip number 5, digital notes versus paper notes. The choice is yours, is what I would say. If you like paper-based notes, make sure that they are neat and organized, they have index made. If you are using digital notes, make use of the apps and various softwares, like you have GoodNotes, OneNotes and Notion, to keep them everything at one place. Add the outlines even in the GoodNotes, which is basically the index, which helps you jump to a topic very easily. So those were the top 5 tips for making smart notes. Remember, it's not about the format. It's about how quick they make you revise. So stop making bulky notes and start making smart notes. Notes that you can revise in hours and not days. That is what makes the toppers different. So a quick review, make the notes which are concise. They have a lot of visual learning, flowcharts, mind maps, tables, schematic diagrams, various highlighters telling you what highlighter is indicating what, notes with the index. And most important, make sure as soon as you finish notes for a particular topic, you revise it, then you solve the MCQs and PYQs of it, and you highlight that in your notes as well, adding the extra points from the MCQs and the PYQs. So if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and let us know in the comments if you want us to make a video on any particular topic that you are struggling with or you need help with. We shall be more than happy to help. See you in the next one. Thank you so much.